my bad. Um,
Yeah?
Quinn, give me like less than a minute. I'll go pee real quick. Sorry about that.
Okay, just let it out. Disconnected though, really? Oh, just muted. Alright. Alright. Well, hello everyone. I'm Alex alongside Aggie, who's not here at this moment. He'll come back, and we got a great matchup today. Got number 6, Louisiana Lafayette, or number 4. Down here alongside number 16, Maryland, the Terrapins. The battle that looks like Raging Cajuns are the favorites as we have the coin toss going. Alright. Yeah,
Alright, hello everybody. Sorry for not being here at the start.
and on the kickoff, you have them just above the 20-yard line, Terrapins. Nearly to the 25, but at the 24. Now on snap, that would be Gordon. Is it out for a decent gain of 6 yards for Nicholas Handles.
Now, Quinn, well, obviously there's a big difference in records. What do you expect in this game? Do you think the Maryland has a chance?
Well, I think that the Terrapins, their time is due for an upset, starting the season off 0-5. And so far they've had running game established and just short. Like with Nicholas Handles, he's been pretty decent this year with over 400 yards and about 102 rushing attempts, but just saw right there, tackle for loss. I mean, this Cajuns defense, definitely prominent defense you see all around in this league. Jackson, Gaucher, Stover, all big three on that defensive side, all great. And we have a run first down for Nicholas Handles on the 15-yard rush.
Yeah, they're gonna want to get him warmed up and ready at the beginning of the game. If Nicholas Handles can get it going, you never know, they might be able to pull something off here.
Yeah, I mean, Nicholas Handles is definitely the prime guy you see from this Maryland offense. You see him get a ton of touches. Not quite there for the first down. 2nd and inches coming up for this Terrapin squad.
That'll make it 2nd and inches.
And I'm not seeing much from this Cajun offense just yet that I like. So hopefully they can get something going as Handles just carries them, man, for the first down.
Yep, and overall this year, Handles with 426 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's had 3 20-plus yard gains with a fumble and 11 broken tackles. Pretty decent start to the season, but Kent with a nice reception there.
Now, if you're Maryland here, do you keep running it, or do you try a quick maybe pass play to the end zone?
Well, Maryland, they've put their faithful over the past year, but still not quite for the first down. Kent gets his 2nd reception of the game after that first down for the previous play before. And we're actually seeing Lorden on that passing side have a really good start. Stats don't really tell you how good of a player he is. I mean, of course, Maryland's first 5 games all been losses, but I think it's Lawrence's time to bounce back.
Definitely.
We have a first situation.
And Lorden here seems like he's playing it the safe game. No deep throws yet. Nothing out of the
Yeah,
ordinary, just playing it safe, and it's working for him so far.
yep, and we just saw Handles get out for 8 yards, not quite for a touchdown, but they only have 1 yard to go on this drive. And on the pass, Lorden couldn't quite get the completion done. First incompletion of the day for him in this 3rd and goal situation at the 1 yard line. Shout out Swoosh House for giving a tier 1 sub. Appreciate it. Touchdown for Nicholas Handles, 3rd of the season. It gives the Terrapins the lead over this big Lafayette squad.
And a great offensive drive by Maryland. If they can keep this momentum up, hopefully their defense can do something. And we will have a game on our hands.
And of course, Lafayette have 99 overall ratings all around. They're a pretty tough team to handle, especially when compared to Maryland. Like I mentioned before, their time is due. And just above the 25-yard line is Uncle Swoosh, one of the big guys in this Cajuns offense, alongside their guys. Got Big Poppy and Stover too. Now on the throwaway would be Big Poppy.
And we are close to another hype train today. So anybody who can get some bits, some subs, let's get the hype train going.
Yep, and
we are very close.
Is Poppy gives it out for a little mid-route gain for 5 yards to Wanna block.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Man left, man left. Three down.
Poppy snaps it, throws it down, but not quite for the first down. 4th and inches. Looks like the Terrapins force a 3 and out.
This is exactly what they want to do. Don't let anything major happen. Don't let any big plays go through. Just play it safe, stop them, and score. And it's like there's a flag on the
field. Wonder where this is going, and looks like it's clipping for Maryland, so that sets him back 15 yards.
And coach is not happy about that.
Oh yeah. Now they're just above the 20-yard line to start this drive.
Let's go! Round 50! Round 50!
Now on the snap, he throws it down field for a 7-yard reception from Handles, 2nd and 3.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Gordon hands it down, but Handles goes behind the line of scrimmage. Gregley with a tackle for loss.
Looks like he was trying to get the outside, but not enough blocks, and they got to him quickly.
Yeah. So 3rd and mid-range down for Lorden in this Terrapin squad. Looking for that guy. Ooh. It's picked off. Returning it down to the red zone. Let's see who that was. That was Gregley, who just made that big tackle earlier.
Lorden had enough time. He could have set his feet, thought about the throw, but instead he rushes it and throws it behind his receiver, leading to that interception, which would definitely hurt now if they score.
Yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, Maryland just allowed a big play there, which obviously could switch a momentum like that first down here, which it's over. Looks like he was up for a few seconds, but now it's a 1st and goal situation already. Now in goal line formation, that would be a Stover rushing touchdown to put them on the board and potentially cut it to a tie game.
That interception is most definitely going to hurt Lorden's confidence now.
Yeah, it definitely cost him. on the kickoff. And Maryland deep to return out to about the 30-29 yard line. Would be Shea or she.
Man left, man left. Four down. Mike 56, Mike 56. Cut, bring down. 225.
Gordon hands it off, but handles, goes backwards. A tackle for loss for Grigley again, who had that interception earlier last
And-
drive.
And now it seems like everything's failing for them. Even their offensive line is giving up.
Four down. Mike
Yeah, and of
59.
course, Lorden, he's actually been sacked about 14 times this year.
And once again, Handles just has no room to run.
Totally, I'm already seeing a lot of negative yardage for handles in the past few plays. Now finds the open man in Lafayette territory. Richardson with the 51-yard catch and run.
And a great run right here, beats his man, gets wide open, and Lorden gives him a great throw. They definitely like this one.
Up in that route running on that play was definitely excellent. Executed really well is what I'm trying to say. But now moving up the field, Maryland with another first down. Gunnarsson. Outside of that one interception, we're seeing Maryland make a ton of noise offensively against the studded Cajun defense, but that's thrown away.
Yep, Lorden. Only that one interception. Apart from that, he's having a fantastic game so far. Same with Handles.
Yep, I believe that was his third interception of the play earlier. And he drops back to throw it down a 3rd and 1 situation after that Gunnarsson catch.
That'll make it 3rd and 1.
Reset, cut right. Mike 56, Mike 56. I got you, son.
Now with the 3 wide receiver set, hands it off to Handles, but he just
he
gets there for the touchdown.
Pushed in by
Second
his
touchdown of the
line.
day. Handles getting the ball a lot there, definitely having Maryland's head coach putting faith through him, and of course Handles making some noise early in this first quarter. And of course through that yard differential, I know that Louisiana Lafayette has had one drive, and of course that went out for a touchdown, but you saw that yards differential earlier was hugely in Terrapin's favor.
It mostly has to do with that time of possession. Maryland mostly had time on the had most of the time on the ball, since the Cajuns' first offensive drive was obviously stopped, but then they got the interception and scored right away. So it's not like they had much time on the ball offensively.
Yep, and it's like, incomplete. Thought that would be a reception from somebody down there, but 3rd and 6 situation for the Cajuns. As I said, Cajuns, not going to mispronounce it again. Incomplete for Poppy. Looks like another 3 and out forced from this Terrapins defense.
And don't let records fool you, because Maryland is making this a game.
Not to mention they've had a pretty tough schedule early on this season. Kent with a 16-yard return, pretty good for him, and sets up the Terrapins in decent field position near Cajun territory. Dropping back, it's Lorden, finds the man for a first down. That's Richardson with the 11-yard play. Gordon with the play action, incomplete.
Another risky throw. Last time he did that, it was turned into an interception. I don't know if he wants to go back to that.
Mike 56.
Oh yeah. Now Lauren drops back and just gets the ball out, so no sack on the play, but QB pressure.
Four down, four down. Mike 56, Mike 56. Ready.
Gordon looking downfield. No,
Ooh.
not an interception, but a deflection.
That'll make it 4th and 10.
It looks like he threw that just a bit short. His receiver couldn't reach it from there.
Yep, and Pagens force a punt. Out goes a touchback.
Come on, D. Behind the mic. Behind the mic. Ready.
In the play action. Nearly picked off by Joe Hands. It's like he had butterfingers on that one.
I got him. Mike 9. Mike 9.
And he's definitely beating himself up right there. Well, not exactly. He at least got the deflection, which is good, but
Stover
would
with
have
the
been way
tackle.
better.
Stover tackled for negative gain of 4 yards. Now Pompey dropping back way down for the screen, and they still get 2 yards out of that, so that would be a 3 and out.
It looks like they weren't expecting much there, so they just went for the screen, played it safe, didn't want to lose any more yards than they had. Which I don't agree. I mean, it's only about to be the second quarter, and you're playing against a team that's supposed to be worse than you. You might as well take a shot downfield at least, get the first down if you can.
Mike 56.
Yeah, but the thing is, in that situation,
Ooh.
the best you could do is like a handoff or a screen like that.
Was the intended receiver on the play.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of screens, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, mentioned this in past broadcasts between the both of us yesterday. If anyone wants to check that out.
That's a unit 9 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
And now 3rd and short situation for the Terrapins. Probably would give it on to Handles down the midfield like a halfback draw, but no. Goes backwards by 2. 4th and 4 now. It's like another punt.
Makes it 4th and 4.
Now it seems to be a defensive game now.
Oh yeah.
So the tide completely switched. No team can get nothing done.
Mhm. Another touchback. Cajun set to begin their drive at the 20-yard line. On the snap, and just gets it out for nearly a first down, but Wanablank gets it down for a 2nd and inches. And looks like they'll head to the end of the first quarter, folks. Stay tuned as we look like we have an upset alert in the watch. Maryland 14, Louisiana 7. Stay tuned.
Oh man, you went up to jinx Maryland right there. They might hate you for that.
What?
You might have just screwed Maryland over by saying they have the
Upset
upset.
alert and watch.
Yeah.
It's just saying that. It's just saying that team definitely not favored to win. It's in the lead.
I agree. I'm actually very surprised. In fact, I think, from an honest standpoint, I thought Maryland would have been losing about by
On
30
the
right now.
handoff, looks like Stover gets a first down.
That's a gain of 11 on the play. First down.
But they have definitely surprised me with what they can do.
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier, Maryland has definitely been due for an upset. And on the handoff is Poppy. He goes nowhere.
Loss of 1 yard on the play.
Lead Abdullah with the tackle. Bobby gives it out to Stover. It's a little over a yard. 3rd and 9 now.
And despite that touchdown, a quiet game from Stover, averaging 4.8 yards, you definitely want to get him more involved and get him warmed up.
Up and a deep pass and caught by Uncle Swoosh. I thought that would be picked for a second, but still great hands from Swoosh. And Ford looks like he nearly had that.
Yeah, it looks like he went through his hands right there.
Yeah.
3 down. Mike 9.
The handoff is Stover. 8-yard gain for him.
Gain of 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
6 rushes, 32 yards, and that touchdown earlier for the day of Stover. And on a pass that sets him up in 1st and goal, Gugesberg gets the 19-yard reception. Great route running hands.
Both receivers seem to be open right there. So that was good for them. Anybody would have been good. A good throw right there.
On the pass. Pressure, but gets a touchdown. That is Gugesberg. It's his first touchdown today, and that's Poppy's, of course, 10th passing touchdown this season. That would tie the game.
Now we have a tie game once again.
This has been a very back and forth game so far.
Yep, especially on defense. There was a point where no team scored for like 3 drives.
Yeah. And just around the 25-yard line is Babineau on the return. The snap, play action, gets the first down. More that would be kept. Excuse me. Gordon, of course, with that reception earlier, but 139 yards so far to begin the game.
Like I said, despite that interception, he's been doing great, and you can't really say anything about him.
Handles with a very powerful run there, sending them around midfield. But going back 3 yards would be Lorden. Antonio Jackson with a tackle for loss.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Now on the handoff. Huge run with nothing but green. Now that would be a Nicholas Handles rushing touchdown. 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half for Handles. What a great game for him to start off with.
That was just executed perfectly. And you gotta give it to the blocks as well. His line managed to open that run for him.
Yeah, but I was going to mention was that Maryland offensive line gave Handles the opportunity to go all the way in. touchdown, yeah. On the return, the Cajuns swoosh down around the 25.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Let's go.
On the snap is Poppy. Gets pressured down for a sack. And Omens with his first sack of the night.
Poppy and Stover. Well, Stover with a touchdown. Same with Poppy, but even despite that, I haven't seen much. I feel like the only reason they're still in this somewhat is because of that first interception by the defense in the first quarter.
Otherwise, it'd be around 7 to 21 game, yeah. And huge pass downfield. Near the 30-yard line, Givens with the 46-yard catch. First catch of the night for him.
First down.
You heard me say I need to do something more from him.
Yeah.
All day, just like that. Just like that. Mike 9. Mike 9. Ready.
On the throw. Little gain of 7 yards for Jamal Allen. Second and 3. Devon Highland with 5 tackles today. On the handoff, red zone territory is Anthony Stover.
He got absolutely laid out right there. Says I'm okay though and gets back up.
Finding out Givens, but incomplete throw.
Nope, that was good, I think.
Oh.
Yep, that was good. I actually thought it was a touchdown. I thought he stepped in.
That's on me. I thought his foot was out of bounds or something because they showed like the stat line. That's my bad. But Anthony Stover with the touchdown. Now, chance to tie the game are the Cajuns. The extra point, and it's good. So 21 all game halfway through the second quarter. On the return, it's down to about the 23-yard line run. Shea.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Larry. Watch two.
Maryland looking to respond, and that is a catch. Alvin Chisholm with a huge toe tap play. Great ball placement from Lorden. Get that in.
It looks like it's only good in college though. Won't be good in the pros. But his first catch of the day, and it's a big one. So that's good for him. He's definitely happy about that one.
A rolling back, incomplete for Lorden.
Can't the intended receiver on the play. That makes it second and 10.
Four down. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Lorden hands it off to Handles, who gets stuffed up for a loss of 1 yard.
1 yard on the play. Third down.
Roger. Four down. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Throwing it out.
Wide
Big
open.
catch. Now, a touchdown for Maryland. Alvin Chisholm making big noise on his drive. That would give Maryland the lead, 28-21.
Great play by Alvin.
Chisholm.
And
Chisholm,
yep,
yeah.
he not only does he catch the ball, but like he fights through it and carries a man for the touchdown. Very impressive.
Great broken tackle from him. Now Maryland fans all of a sudden excited for the season.
This could very well be a
huge return, nothing but green, but a man right down there breaks the tackle to the 20, to the 10, touchdown. Greg Givens on the kick return, 95 yards.
And the Cajuns answer right back with their own great touchdown.
This has been one hell of a first half, folks. Now, Lafayette with a great chance to tie the game with this extra point.
And some people are already saying game of the year. That's a pretty bold take.
Oh, I wouldn't call it bold. I mean, this first half has definitely been one of the best I've seen from an ECFL game yet. Ron Shea gets it out to around 30.
And despite the total yards being a huge difference, the game is still tied. And like I said, that's mostly due to the time of possession and the fact that 14 of the Cajun points didn't come from their offense, I think.
That band handles, gets a reception, but goes nowhere, so they'll ladder up the reception numbers today for Gordon, but nothing else though. On the handoff to Handles, pretty good gain of 7 there for him.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 3.
Somebody clip that for his, what am I saying? Kick return touchdown in my call. That was definitely one hell of a play. Hunter Gunnarsson with the first down.
No, we should really have a play of the week kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that suggestion. Big first down for Handles though, 16 yards now in Louisiana territory. I don't know why do I keep getting Louisville in my head. Yep, the defense though for Louisiana needs to wake up. And that's about a 3-yard gain for Handles there. 123 rushing yards so far in this first half.
Check 13. Check 13. Here we go. Ready.
On the handoff to Handles once again. First down and more, stumbles out for another 16-yard gain from Handles on this drive.
What a great run. He stumbled.
I thought he was going to get down about 4 yards into that run.
Yeah, but he managed to squeeze through both those defenders and find his way past the first down.
Yeah. And on the toe tap, that would be Deshaun Richardson. 4 receptions for 76 yards on the night for him. Now that's first and goal with about 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Previous play is under review.
Now looks like we have a booth review. Let's see if he had a foot in. Yes, he had. Yes, he did. Looks like it will not. It will be an upheld call.
The ruling on the field stands.
It would be genuine. Yep, it's upheld. I was about to say I'd be genuinely surprised if that was overturned.
56, Mike, 56.
On the throw down, that's a touchdown. Deshaun Richardson gives them back the lead. Let's see if Greg Givens could get his second return touchdown in a row, though that's highly unlikely.
Well, you never know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's ECFL. Anything can happen here.
totally. I'll make it a 7-point lead for Maryland. Givens to return. It's it out to the 22-23 yard line.
And the Cajuns have to score here. And I say have because they don't really... It's not a good idea to go down
I think
into
that they received the ball in the beginning of the second half, though. Huge catch, though, for Uncle Swoosh of Raging Cajuns.
Yes, they do receive. I just realized that. I just had to think very hard about it. But yeah, I feel like they still have to score because not only will they won't be down, but when they receive, they'll even have a chance to go up in the third
First
quarter.
down for Greg Givens, 14 yards on that reception.
The 37-yard line. That makes it first and 10.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Mike 9. Ready?
On the snap, Poppy, big downfield, and that's a touchdown. Uncle Swoosh for 37 yards. That will likely tie the game up with 1:30 left to go in this first half.
I mean, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, this game blew my mind. I thought it was gonna be a pure blowout, but Maryland surprised us, and the Cajuns are still fighting on. So I definitely love what I'm seeing here, and so do the fans, it seems.
Yeah, this has definitely been a performance we didn't expect. Along with last night, you had Rutgers upset my Ole Miss Rebels. Another huge upset, winning 40-35. Let's see if Terrapins could top that.
Watch two. Watch the slant. Go. 268.
Now nearly picked off from Kenneth Woods, but just a deflection.
That makes it second and 10.
56.
Dropping back way down, but for a little screen, making them go back 6 yards, 3rd and 16.
That'll bring up 3rd and long.
Slater says whoever has the ball last will take this one, and honestly, I have to agree. And if it doesn't work like that, I might think they go to overtime.
Yeah.
Because I don't see a clear winner yet from any of these teams.
Especially since this game has been nothing but back and forth.
Yeah.
And now over midfield, Guggisberg with the return. Now, on what seems to look like potentially the final drive of this half would be the Raging Cajuns. Now, big pass near the red zone, 27 yards for Guggisberg on the hurry up.
They have one timeout left, so you need to play this safe and make sure they get the touchdown.
Yep. And picked off! Terrapins get it down for a touchback, and now they'll get the ball with 55 seconds remaining.
Oh my god, that was a snag. He came out of nowhere.
I'm coming after you. Mike 56.
Now down for the little pass for 7 yards would be handles. Got about 48 seconds remaining for the Terrapins.
And it looks like they have no plans to score as they waste the time. They might go for a final Hail Mary here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have much time left, but a Hail Mary for about 71 yards would be deemed impossible. Now, got an incompletion from Busy Lorden with 10 seconds left. One of the final plays on there, probably his second final play upcoming for this half. On the QB scramble out of nowhere, Busy Lorden, 12-yard rush with 5 seconds remaining into first down. So this will be the final play of this half.
Scrambling.
To the throw,
Ooh.
incomplete. So that'll end the half here, folks. Tie game. Looks like Louisiana on upset alert. Staying tuned as we have an even better second half coming up. Now, what do you really expect from Louisiana to answer with in this upcoming drive to start the second half?
I do expect them to. They might talk it over, obviously. Hopefully fix their mistakes and see what they can do from there. As for my thoughts on both these teams, I mean, they're both playing exceptionally. All I think they need to do is talk some things over on defense, especially the Cajuns. They're allowing big runs and big throws to happen. If they can fix that, then they'll be set.
Yep, and of course, folks, get ready for the second half kickoff, which is set to start in any moment now.
The Terrapins lined up for the kickoff.
Now the second half is underway. Got to return, I believe that is Givens. Got some deep space.
Oh
The
God.
50-40 just tripped up at the 30-yard line on Terrapin territory. Hell of a returning night for Givens today, though, wouldn't you think?
Definitely. I mean, he's been killing it for them on special teams.
A first down near the red zone would be Gigasburg after that catch.
First down.
Roger. Nine to Mike. Yeah. Ready.
On the handoff, Stover gets it out for 8 yards.
Gain of 8 yards. That makes it second and 2.
Hey, we got time right. Three down. Mike 9. Here we go. 395. Check. Shift.
For the option, was nowhere. A third and short.
That'll bring up third and 2.
A deep back to throw. It's the first down. First and goal now for the Ragin' Cajuns.
Number 27.
Wide open.
Down at the 10-yard line. That makes it first and goal.
About 10 yards to go. The draw. 2 yards on that run.
Gain of 2 on the play. That brings up second and goal.
handoff and not quite a touchdown. 3 yards on that run though, 3rd and goal.
That makes it 3rd and goal.
With the read, and now that is a big Poppy touchdown to give the Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns the lead, 42-35.
And now the Cajuns have the advantage here as they go up, and now Maryland is the one who has to fight for to stay up. I said the Cajuns now have the momentum because now the Maryland's are the ones who have to fight to keep up.
That been down to the 22-yard line is Ron Shea. Raunchy. I'll just go with Ron Shea. Now, complete as verbal. Kent got that toe in. Cannot believe he caught that.
Oh no.
Alright. We could go mute. Alright, so 2nd 4 down for, of course, Maryland, looking to respond after that touchdown they left earlier. 5-yard run, that'll make it a 1st down, enough for Nicholas Handels, 150 yards rushing on the day.
And 3 touchdowns, he is absolutely killing it.
Oh yeah. Now to throw it away, Izzy Lauren. On the handoff, Nicholas Sandals, that'll be 5 yards.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
The throw, Lorden, nearly picked off.
Richardson was the intended receiver on the play.
Had
4th
no
and 5,
time
so
maker,
going
but
to
still
punt.
did it.
That'll be another touchback.
And now it looks like the game is slipping out of Maryland's hand.
Yeah,
which
but
isn't good at all.
we
If you
still
can
have
get-
plenty of time to tell. Yeah.
Yeah. They just need to keep doing what they're doing and hopefully bring it back to a tie. Or even a lead if they can.
That been Poppy dips it out to Stover for 2nd and inches. On the option, but Poppy takes it, and that's a loss of 4 yards.
That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
A great play, Jansu waste right there. Apart from that man, I mean everybody was being blocked. If he would have gotten the option off, it would have been a 1st down and a lot more.
On the throw, throws it away, so that would be a 3 and out, or a 3 and out for Louisiana. Maryland to return. Now about to the 45-yard line is Kent. Or above that. Alright, so now we have Maryland finally looking to get some points on the board this half.
Quinnan, have you played this week yet?
Yeah, just yesterday
Oh, you
had an
did.
upset loss to Rutgers. Yeah.
43-yard line. That'll bring up second and
Honestly, you
11.
should commentate my game if you get the chance.
Oh, I'm
I'd be happy.
commenting next.
Check, tight right.
Game after, I believe. Yeah.
There, check the outs out there. Four down. Mike 56, Mike 56.
On the handoff, handles. There's nowhere. Third and 12.
Play. That brings up third and 12.
Tight right, Roger. Four down. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Let's go! Green hot!
Taking it under pressure, nearly picked off by Kenneth Woods. Now that would lead to a Maryland punt.
Makes it fourth and
And I thought that he was gonna scramble that, but I guess he
Yeah.
didn't want to and threw the riskier throw.
29-yard punt.
And I would be out of bounds.
Tight end left. Three down. Mike 9.
Set! Red!
Now, Stover goes nowhere, second and 10.
That makes it second and 10.
And I'm looking at the league news right here about
Yeah.
about this game, and the game outlook says for Cajuns victory, don't turn the ball over 3 times, don't let up more than 14 plus points in the first half, and score more than 24 points. But for Maryland, it says force 3 turnovers, put up
Yeah.
30 plus points, and don't let up 300 plus passing yards. And both these teams are doing everything they
Exactly.
can. Yeah. Maryland has
A
put
deep
up more than
pass, complete for Uncle Swoosh.
That's a gain of 42 on the play.
Having a huge game, 4 receptions for 126 yards and a touchdown earlier.
Tight right. Three down. Nine's the Mike.
Let's go!
Number 27 makes the tackle. Gain of 3 on the play. That'll make it second and
Of
7.
course, you have second 7 for Louisiana trying to extend to a 2-possession lead. A 2-yard run for Stover, 3rd and 6 coming up. Out to pass. Just gets the
Ooh.
first down.
With the tackle.
Moralen
That's good
with
for
a
gain.
9-yard reception.
First down.
Double tight. Four down. Mike 9.
Let's go! Woo, Aiden! Woo!
And it's rocked, but 3-yard run.
That'll make it second and 7.
looks like he thought he had room, but then out of nowhere, the defender came and just absolutely rocked him.
Oh yeah.
Three down.
Ready!
On the handoff, Stover gets 3 yards, but nothing else.
Third down.
Man left. Three down. Mike 9.
Maryland looking to make a big stop here. Instead, not quite a touchdown, but 1st and goal at the 1-yard line for Swoosh.
That makes it first and goal.
And Swoosh, we haven't talked much about him. He's having a hell of a game as well.
Oh, I just mentioned him a few times
Yeah.
today. That is
They're
an
giving some more love.
incompletion for Maryland.
The intended receiver on the play.
Great job forcing the ball out of his hands to make sure that wasn't a touchdown.
You're on
Bobby hands it off and goes backwards. Stover. 3rd and goal coming up.
That makes it 3rd and goal.
Zachary Davis right there, though. To hand it off back again. Still couldn't make it still couldn't get there to the touchdown. It'll be 4th and goal, settling for a field goal, not trying to be aggressive or anything to make it a 2-possession lead. And
Definitely.
it's good.
Played it safe right
45
there.
for Louisiana Lafayette today over Maryland.
Number 5 deep to return.
Your return. Raunchy with a 26-yard return.
Not over here. Tight end left, tight end left. 4 down. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Handles with a 6-yard run.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Nearly the end of the 3rd quarter.
Here we go. Tight right. 4 down.
I'd honestly,
56, Mike 56.
I don't know if people would like to, but I'd like to see this game go into overtime. Add a little bit more of a suspense to it.
Yeah. Getting rocked, but Rossi gets the 1st down on a 10-yard reception.
His first catch of the night.
Correct. Smoke Vasquez giving out the smoke today with 5 tackles. A little short pass to Verbal Kemp leads to 7 yards.
7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Now that would end the 3rd quarter. Now everyone type your 4s in chat as we have a very exciting 4th quarter coming up now. Stay tuned.
Let me see those 4s in chat, everybody.
Tight left. 4 down. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Now to start off the 4th quarter is a handoff to Nicholas Handles for a 1st down and more.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
On the pass, complete to Deshaun Richardson for 16 yards on the toe tap. Now in red zone territory are the Terrapins.
Honestly, it's crazy to say, but we've seen so many toe taps, so many great
I know.
catches and
Yeah,
interceptions that it's like now those just seem normal for this game.
Yeah.
It's just like an everyday catch now.
I'd expect Maryland go for at least touchdown this next play because you got 3rd and 7 coming up. You gotta make a big play now, whether or not if it's leading to a field goal cut to 7 or going into 3.
90 points helping them at this point.
Yeah. Just anything, yeah. Dropping back a lot for the screen though. Handles trucks a man, but still goes for a loss of 1. Field goal unit coming up.
Makes it 4th and 8.
Man left.
Yeah, but they're going for it. Never mind.
Mike 56.
Yeah, what is going on out here? Still have an open wide receiver that was blocking for some reason.
But
And that's a
oh my
touchdown
God.
for a toe tap to Sean Richardson with one hell of a play to cut into a 3-point ball game. It's such a ballsy call.
Guess they knew something we didn't and went for it, and it worked.
wide receiver core for the Terrapins, along with Nicholas Sandals, are having one hell of a game today. You have Chisholm, Richardson, Kent. It's been excellent performances from all of them. On to the return is Givens. Trips down, so he'll be around the 27-yard line. Now Big Poppy coming back onto the field, 24 for 32, along with 339 yards, 3 touchdowns, and interception. One hell of a night for him, though. It's pressure down for a sack. Big Poppy loses 9 yards. Bod Omens with his second sack of the day.
And this is exactly what I mean by a back and forth game. You never know who can come out on top. Now it seems like Maryland is having the upper edge.
Yeah. Dropping back, Poppy gets it out for Swoosh. Not quite there for first down, but 3rd and short. Swoosh with 153 yards and 1 passing touchdown today. Good night for him. Handed off to Stover if I were Louisiana right now. What you think? They won't. It's an open man for a first down and way more. 20-yard reception for Matt Henley.
And it still works out for them. Looks like they wanted to play it riskier.
Yeah.
They didn't want the easy way out.
Dropping back, nearly intercepted by Joe Hands. I had to drop the reception earlier, so looks like it's Joe Butterfingers for now. Stumbling, but still gets 1 yard out of that, Anthony Stover.
That'll make it 3rd down.
Nearly intercepted by Ronchi as well. 4th and 9 coming up. And on to the punt. Touchback. Now Maryland looking for a clutch drive here to potentially get the lead or tie the game.
No,
Now
no,
that's
they
a
definitely want
draw,
that lead.
but going nowhere.
No game.
I don't think any of these teams want a tie or to go to overtime. They're both going for the win.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Here we go.
Oh, Kendalls loses 3 yards on the run.
That'll make it 3rd and 13.
Roger. Mike 56, Mike 56. Watch. Here we go.
Now dropping back, little screen there, loses 2 yards. Nicholas Sandals, and Maryland will punt it back to Louisiana. On to return. Up midfield. Really good gain there on the return for Hugisburg. I believe that was. Now, Uncle Swoosh and the Raging Cajuns coming back onto the field. Really good position for them.
Great positioning, in fact, but
Yeah, Stover
Stover.
loses 2 yards in that run. Adomens has been making some big plays in this fourth quarter, when you think.
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry.
I said that Badomens has definitely made some big plays in this fourth quarter, but looks like some
Oh my
open
god.
space for Big
Yeah,
Poppy in 3rd and inches.
and I definitely agree with you there.
That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
Raunchy with his 10th tackle of the day off that. Down to around the 22-yard line, Anthony Stover. It's like this game might be in Louisiana's hands if they score a touchdown here. Now on to the throw. Not a first down, actually. 2nd and 1 for Gray Givens.
That's a gain of 9 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Oh, I wouldn't call it finished yet.
Yeah.
From we've seen, anything can happen in this game.
Yeah, and apparently Louisiana has had a 120% red zone efficiency. I don't even know how that's possible.
I thought earlier they had 4 attempts with 5 touchdowns. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
Now on to the scramble, 1st and goal.
Call it a gain of 7
Big
yards.
Poppy.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Now on to the run. Stover gets 4 yards out of that.
That brings up 2nd and goal.
Much needed plays the next 2 or so. Let's say Louisiana doesn't get a touchdown here. What would you do if you were Maryland?
Maryland, obviously I prioritize the win, but if I'm playing it safe, I'd go try and at least get the field goal, maybe force an overtime, depending on what happens.
Now on the run, goes backwards. Stover loses 3 out of that in 3rd and goal situation around the 6 or 7 yard line. Yeah, the 6. 5, excuse me. Very huge play for either sides here.
It looks like the Cajuns are taking a big risk, taking some time off the clock, because if they don't get the touchdown here, that could play very bad.
Yeah, but they'd probably go for it if they don't get a touchdown here. And looks like it's down, sacked for -1 yard. A field goal only keeps it a 1-possession game. It's good, so 48-42, Louisiana Lafayette lead. This drive is the biggest of the game now.
Definitely, and I remember someone saying, I think it was Slater in chat, whoever has the ball last may win this game, or will win this game in fact. So,
let's see if that prediction comes
that's
alive. Handing it off, though. Nicholas handles with an 8-yard run. Less than 2 minutes of this ball game. Now with a deep shot, wide open but overthrown. Let's see if that could haunt them.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
56, Mike 56.
Here we go.
Now it looks like
Gets the first down.
down.
Oh man, I'm like,
Yeah, got some chills down your spine.
yeah, I'm like, oof.
Dropping back, busy. Lorden
Oh
throws a
god.
deep cut. Alvin Chisholm with a clutch reception for 32 yards. Now
Who
deep
else?
into Louisiana territory.
Who else but Alvin Chisholm? 3 catches, over 100 yards.
106 to be exact. Yeah.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
And they might be going for the win here.
Now
Oh, no.
picked off. Now that would end the
Wow.
ball game.
Makes the interception.
Too easy, too
Louisiana, Carlos Marcellis with a huge interception to win this ball game for Louisiana, and that might as well do it out here, folks.
Tight right, tight right. Four down, four down. Mike 9, Mike 9. Bang out, you seven. Bang out.
Timeout for Maryland. Not much time on the clock to work with, even if they get the ball back, though.
Coming just short. Once again.
A run that might do it. Say
Too tight, too tight.
Louisiana might just waste some time on the clock, no matter what happens in this running play. But now that is a spike. 4th down and 7. It's like they'll waste all the time down the clock. So Terrapins not much time to work with about 30 seconds on the clock by the time they get the ball.
Not with no timeouts either.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
they can get something done, you.
Looks like they'll get the ball with around 27 seconds left. Finally snapping the ball. Let's see if a miracle is in the works. Possibly not, but Verbal can. 14-yard return. 22 seconds left in this ball game. At around the 29-yard line, 28. Now Lorden to throw. Deep out. Open! Open time to spike the ball for the Terrapins with 17 on the clock.
The time does stop because of the first down.
Have to spike it, yeah.
There we
15
go.
seconds left in this ball game. Looks like we'll have a Hail Mary here, folks. Get some popcorn for this final 2 plays.
Mike 56.
Now Little White, he'll have to spike the ball pretty quickly.
They'll get that time because
Yeah, they
of the
need
first
to
down.
get set, yeah.
Oh,
5
God.
seconds left on the clock. This will be the last play of the ball game, no matter what. Will it be a touchdown, incompletion, just short of the goal line? This play will answer that right here. Now dropping back to throw. Down for a touchdown.
Oh my God.
Intercepted, nearly
Wow.
a touchdown, but that finally ends the ball game. Louisiana wins the game 48-42 over the Terrapins. Of course, what do you have to say to this Terrapins fighting squad?
Despite the loss, they've earned respect in my heart. They fought the Cajuns team until the very end and almost won it, with only 30 seconds to go. A great team. Both of the teams played great, but wow, Maryland, everybody should respect them for this.
Yeah, I definitely think that record doesn't show who Maryland really is. 0-6, that doesn't really tell me who they are. I believe that is Big Poppy, player of the game, and to all the folks watching out here, have a really good evening, and stay tuned for the next game coming up. Peace.